Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, our mission is really to cut through all the noise and give you a kind of masterclass in the autumn harvest. We're focusing on that sweet spot where, tradition, real gardening science, and that lovely culinary heritage all meet. We're digging into sources following Kesser and Steen during this time. Picture the scene. It's that crisp end of the growing season, harvest time. And for them, it's all about two main jobs, really. Getting those last potatoes out of the ground and picking the perfect cooking apples.
And this specific time, this autumn holiday, it actually has quite a history. Our sources talk about the potato holiday,
Whoa.
or Kartoffel-ferie. Yeah, that used to be the popular name for it, especially in, well, Denmark and similar places. It was completely tied to farming life. It wasn't really a holiday like we think of it, more like necessary time off school so kids could help with the potato harvest. Essential labor, really. This goes way back. Obviously, after potatoes became a big thing in the late 1700s. And it was so important the kids were pulled out of school for this right up until the 1960s, believe it or not.
Wow, so your holiday was actually hard work in the fields.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Shows you how central food production was to everything, even education.
Makes you appreciate modern convenience, doesn't it? Okay, so let's get back to Kesser. He's in the field, and he's hitting a snag with quality control. Not quite the perfect harvest he wants. Tante Grøn's potatoes have some issues, and this leads us right into, well, the nitty-gritty of soil health and getting that traditional meal just right.
Exactly. Kesser sees these small, kind of rough brown spots on the potato skins. He knows straight away it's scurv.
Potato scab.
And Tante Grøn, she's just like, oh, peel them, Kesser, they're fine.
Right, but Kesser, he wants to know how to prevent it,
Yeah.
especially with Steen there, trying to learn the ropes. So, okay, let's clarify what this potato scab actually is. It's a plant disease caused by a bacterium, though it's sometimes classified near lower fungi, a type of ray fungus. It basically affects the skin, the tuber, potatoes, obviously, but also carrots, beets, things like that. Okay, ray fungus. Is this something dangerous? Like, should we be worried if we see it on our potatoes? Well, no. And this is where Tante Grøn is spot on. It's purely cosmetic. Our sources are clear. It's not harmful to eat. And it doesn't change the taste or quality of the potato underneath. Just looks a bit ugly then.
Exactly.
But, hang on. If it's just cosmetic, why is Kesser so bothered? And why would someone like Oma, this experienced organic gardener he looks up to, care about preventing it? Why not just peel?
Good question. That's what they asked Oma. And her answer is, well, it's where that traditional wisdom really shines. Oma says scab is basically a warning sign.
A warning sign. Of what?
That the potatoes didn't have a great root system. That they probably didn't get enough water when the tubers were forming. The soil was too dry.
Ah, okay. So the ugly spot on the outside means something wasn't quite right underneath the soil. That makes sense. It does. And it gives you a clear strategy for prevention, mixing Oma's observation with, modern soil science.
Number one.
Moisture.
You need consistently moist soil, particularly during that key growth phase. Not waterlogged, but damp. An Oma's trick, homemade compost. It holds moisture beautifully.
Right. Compost helps keep things damp. What else? Didn't the sources mention soil chemistry? Something about pH?
Yes, absolutely crucial. That scab bacterium, it loves alkaline soil, high pH.
So you want the opposite, acidic.
Exactly. Keep the soil pH low, which means, and this is a big one, don't lime your potato patch. Liming raises the pH, and that basically invites the scab in. Okay,
Man.
Actionable advice, no lime near the spuds. Got it, definitely. And then you have the basics, like good crop rotation seed skiff. Don't plant potatoes in the same spot year after year. Oh, and Oma's other tip, seaweed, tang, adds potassium, minerals. Strengthens the plant, helps the roots take up water better, making it more resilient to that dryness stress that leads to scab.
Seaweed. Interesting. Like a soil booster.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
A natural amendment.
And I guess if you want an easier route, the sources mention specific varieties that are just naturally more resistant, like Revelino and Saba.
That's right. Choosing resistant varieties gives you a head start. But ultimately, Kesser's quest for perfection really starts deep down, with healthy, moist, slightly acidic soil.
Okay, talking about perfection and planting, let's shift from fixing this year's problem to Kesser's strategy for next year. His seed potatoes, his Ligicard flour, he has a very particular, maybe even slightly rebellious method he learned from Oma.
He does. The standard advice is often not to use your own potatoes for seed. Risk of viruses, diseases building up.
Right, buy certified seed potatoes.
Exactly. But Oma didn't always do that. Her thinking was resistance isn't fixed. If you know your soil, your plants, you can breed stronger, locally adapted potatoes yourself.
And Kesser's running with that idea, but his selection process is unexpected. He doesn't save the nice, medium ones. He saves the tiniest ones. Like fingernail-sized. What?
Yeah, it seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? Usually you'd think bigger is better for seed. But Kesser's logic is about efficiency. He's using the tiny ones that would otherwise just be waste. He stores them somewhere cool over winter. And here's the clever part. His tithe start. Stealing a head start. In spring, while other people are just starting to chit their bigger seed potatoes on trays.
Chit. You mean letting them sprout?
Yeah, pre-sprout them. While they're doing that, Kesser takes his tiny potatoes and plants them in pots. Very early. So by the time it's actually warm enough to plant out in the garden, he doesn't just have a sprouted tuber. He has a small, established plant ready to go.
Whoa. Okay, that is a head start. It's already got roots, leaves, way ahead of the game.
Massive advantage, especially in shorter growing seasons. And it connects back to his resilience idea. He knows new potatoes grow from the plant's roots. So an earlier, stronger root system means a potentially better, stronger harvest.
And there was that bit about color, too. He actually thinks it's good if they get a bit of sun and turn green or violet.
Yes. That whole stress-hardening concept again. He believes that bit of sun exposure, that stress that makes them produce solanine, the green stuff, might actually make them tougher mother plants.
So a little hardship makes them stronger for the future. Like they build resistance.
Yeah, it seems to be his theory. It's like organic cross-training for potatoes. Introduce a bit of challenge to build resilience for the next generation. It's experimental, but based on watching things closely for years.
That's really fascinating. Okay, so potatoes are harvested. Next year's seed is sorted with this unique strategy. Now for the reward. Time to head indoors. We shift to the kitchen. Kesser and Steen are making dinner, an old family tradition at Oma's.
And the dish sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Steamed celery mashed with apples, served with steget fleesk, which is basically, for anyone listening, thick-cut pork belly, fried or baked until crisp. Think really thick, high-quality bacon.
Sounds like proper comfort food. And Kesser has a specific way of making the celery and apple mash, doesn't he? It's not just chucking it all in.
No, there's technique involved. He starts with the celery root. Remove the big, tough roots, cuts the celery into rough cubes, puts those in the bottom of the pot with some water, salt, starts them steaming.
Okay.
But the real key, the magic, is the apples. He uses two very specific types of cooking apples.
Right. Why two?
For complexity, texture, and flavor. They behave differently when cooked. First, there's the red Belle de Boscoupe. Belle de Boscoupe is great because it keeps a little bit of sharpness, a touch of bitterness,
Right.
even when ripe. And crucially, it cooks down completely. Breaks down into a smooth mash.
So that forms the base of the mash, the smoothness. Exactly.
Right.
Then the second apple, Corinne Schneider, which is a red version of Ingrid Marie. And what does that one do?
That one's for texture. It softens, sure, but it holds its shape much better. It stays as little cubes, clods are within the mash. And it keeps a bit more acidity, too.
Oh, I see. So you get the smooth mash from the Boscoupe, but then these little bursts of slightly firmer, slightly more tart apple from the Corinne Schneider.
Precisely. That's the good taste surprise the source mentions. It gives the whole dish structure and contrast. It's not just mush.
That's clever. Real culinary thinking there. So celery steaming, apples go in. What else?
Butter?
Yep, a couple of spoonfuls of butter on top before putting the lid on. For flavor, obviously, but also helps stop things catching or burning while it steams down.
Good tip.
And when it's all tender, he stirs it, but gently. Again, trying to keep some of those apple clods are intact.
Right. While that's simmering away, the pork, the fleesk, is cooking.
Yeah, he bakes the salted pork belly in the oven until it's perfectly crisp.
And seasonings. Anything special for the pork?
The note suggests keeping it fairly simple. Things like thyme or rosemary work well with the pork and complement the sweet savory mash. Oh, and if pork isn't your thing, lamb is mentioned as a really good alternative. Also traditional, apparently, and pairs nicely with the celery and apple.
Okay, so we've covered quite a journey here. From a historical kids' holiday that was actually farm labor.
To the specifics of soil chemistry for avoiding cosmetic potato problems, basically.
Ah.
Keep it moist and acidic.
Right. Low pH, good compost.
All the way to the kitchen, looking at the precise textural science of using two different apples for one perfect traditional dish. It's the whole cycle. It really is. And the big takeaway for you listening is probably twofold. One, what you see on the surface in the garden often reflects hidden health or stress underneath. Know your soil.
Yeah.
Moisture and pH are key for potatoes.
Those old traditional recipes, they often have real practical wisdom baked in. Like choosing specific apples, not just for taste, but for how they cook, their texture, their acidity,
Yeah.
generations of trial and error.
Absolutely. Tradition meets science. So maybe a final thought to leave everyone with. Kesser's idea about the sun stress green potatoes making stronger seed stock, that concept of stress hardening. We saw how he applies it in the potato patch. But maybe think about where else that idea might apply. Could introducing a bit of controlled difficulty, a bit of stress, actually lead to stronger growth or resilience in other areas, maybe beyond gardening? Something to ponder.
Interesting question to chew on.
Indeed. Well, that's all we have time for on this deep dive. Join us next time.